So as I woke up this morning, a couple of thoughts hit me. The biggest one is that I don't have one problem. I don't have one money problem. I have multiple problems related to money. And I need to thoroughly investigate them all one by one, like I would any other complicated problem. Because as a whole, it's overwhelming and it's unsolvable. But here's the problem with these big, overwhelming, unsolvable problems they are solvable. Uh, you eat an elephant one bite at a time. So let's look at this logically. I have credit card debt and no income to pay it, and that's currently $20,000, give or take. I need to know exactly how much. I need to know when the due dates are. That's one problem. My properties, my landlording projects as a whole, are currently insolvent. Like they can't even pay for themselves. I know the number on that one. It's about $1,800. But there's also a balloon payment that's due. So even if I could solve the $1,800 problem, I still need to come up with, I think it's six or maybe $7,000. Okay, that's another problem. Related to that one, I have someone I know if I could move in here who might be able to pay a portion, but probably not all of that as is. They need help. Um, and they could probably pay somewhere between $1,400 and $1,800 a month, so they might be able to cover it. But remember when I said my electric car is one of the main drivers of the electric bill? Well, I figure it's anywhere, and it depends on how much I've driven, but it's anywhere between $100 to $200 the electric bill. So if I didn't drive it, that would solve that problem. One of the other problems is the car itself. The car itself is a $600 payment that I can't afford to make. Um, okay, so let's go back to this property. Because the market turned and because I bought it at the worst time and I got the worst interest rate, it's the worst all around deal. Now, if I can come up with the money and I can solve it, I can save my credit, and down the road it'd be really good. If I can get help doing that, that's even better. But I want to pivot away from technology, or I think I'm going to end up pivoting away from technology. So let's think about this for a minute. And I have my marching orders for today too, by the way. I have one place I can potentially stay. I have two places I can definitely stay. I have potentially one place to, uh, yeah, so I have places to stay, so I could potentially rent this out. I need to find out, like, what Section 8 would take on this. No, what Section 8 would give. When everything's included, but what would they pay? And um, I need to see what I can do. I need to figure out what my so the daily task for today is not to do all of that. Those are the things I stretch goals. Let me focus. Task for today. I need to figure out what the current market rate of this house is and what the current interest rate is, and see if I can solve that problem and see if I can rent it out with Section 8. Like, where is that market rate? And where is that market rate next door? See if maybe raising his rent makes sense. And then ask him about it. Because it could be raise that a little bit, close the gap. And then I need to figure out covering that $6,000. Now, here's the thing with that. Let's say the market has turned so much, because I know I don't have any equity in the house I checked. But let's say the market's turned so much, it's negative equity. The bank knows they're not going to get that much. And I said, hey, I can end the forbearance today and resume these payments of $3,000. But interest rates gone down and everything else. I'm not asking to refinance it because that costs you money I don't have. But instead, I want you to forgive the past payments, negotiate with them. Be like, I can resume now, but I can't make all the past payments up. If they do that, that buys savings for the property. So I can have somebody come in who can inconsistently make payments. One of the things this guy is having issues with, the other people that might move in, is finding work. While I might be able to get him doing day labor, as I run around and do things as well, because I'm going to be hustling to make my credit card and car payment, and then charging my car not here, and living not here. So that's one option. And then I can start doing like a debt tracker, and you guys can see how well I'm doing on that. The other thing I have to do today is I have to go through and cancel everything that's not business related and write down everything that's not. And that means canceling my YouTube subscription, which is the only one that I know that I still use. But I can live without it. It's a luxury item. I don't want to. I don't even think it's that much. But $15 is $15, or $10 is $10, however much it is. I think it might actually be 20 now. They keep raising the rate. And it used to be if you stayed with them, you get grandfathered in, but I think they stopped doing that. So there's no point in me keeping it if they're not going to grandfather the prices in. And then I need to come up with a plan to buy myself some time. I need to do a sale on equipment and items that I won't be bringing with me. That's my desk that goes up and down. That's my weights. That's my possibly my 3D printer, right? Although I kind of want to keep my 3D printer. What I don't want to get rid of is my tools, and a few other things. And then figure out what I need to make on a daily basis. And then if I'm doing Uber, I need to find out if I do Uber, whether it be Uber Eats or whatever, I'll have to charge my car, right? And usually you can find some free charging spots, but they're slower, which can be fine. If I time it right, I can study the Bible, charge my car, make content, and earn income. And earn income all at the same time. And not through technology. And none of that is by going through or to the church. Now, made a video last night where it felt like I am doing some of these things to the church. But that's not a me option. I don't know if they're going to take it. So these are backup plans. But if I can clearly articulate and define the problem, I can tackle each specific problem in order. Also, when it comes to asking for money, which I might still do, it's going to be a lot different asking for, say, $10,000 than it is for 20 or 30. It's also going to be a lot different when they see what all I've done to make these changes. Um, and yeah, I need to figure out what I just need to figure some of this out. So that's what I have for this morning. We'll post a video later on, but this is my morning routine. So, yeah, good morning. I'm going to post this right away.